I in the air?
Do I have everybody's attention now? Do I have everybody's attention now?
Don, I got you.
Don, do I have everybody's
Sunday
attention
night.
now?
You put them cameras on me, then you must be willing to get that heart touch. This a must-see feeling. The news ain't good, then it must be villain. So I say a tag grounded, I don't trust these ceilings. Spread across your nose, and I'm on your ear. Highest necks on the cloud. Am I in the air? Sunday nights, prime time. I flex mine better. Voltron transform to DX Don Mega. And off scene, you probably think I'm nice, cause I flow like a stream to your wireless device. And the smoke full of steam on any given night. How short like a piece of any given slice. And for the latest and what is best about I tune in and tune the rest out, Don. You gotta tell them, am I in the clear? Is this thing on? Am I on the air? On the air.
Well, what is going down, everybody? Welcome back to another brand new edition of Am I on the Air? My name is DONMEGA, and I am your host, and I'm so thankful that you were here to join me on this Monday, August the 15th. That's right, we are halfway through the month. It is August 15th. This month is flying by like no tomorrow. It's season 24. It's episode 21. And tonight's show is titled Secret Day. Oh, Secret Day. That is correct. And as you know, we're going to be bringing you some non-spoiler movie reviews. We're going to talk some television shows. And then, of course, we're going to get you caught up with all the latest and the greatest when it comes to entertainment news from the past 7 days. So strap on in, chill with me, and get your knowledge check of the week. Okay? All right. Let's jump into it. Once again, my name's DONMEGA. I don't know if I introduced myself. Sometimes the intro gets away from me and I'm like, did I miss something? But I'm DONMEGA. I'm your host. This is Am I on the Air? It's Monday. It's August the 15th. Let's go. Non-spoiler movie reviews. Let's jump right into it. We're not going to waste no time. My first movie. Now, this was a weekend where there was only one wide release of the weekend, and it was the movie Fall. Now, most of you were like, huh? And I don't blame you, because this movie had zero marketing. Zero. It seems like a movie my boy Friggins would want to go run and see, because it's about climbing. So maybe he went to go see it. But not many people went to go see it, because in the box office top 10, I know we'll get to the box office in a couple minutes, but in the box office top 10, Fall is number 10. Spoiler alert. So this movie did not crack anything, man. It barely even made number 10. I remember when the weekend estimates were coming out, they were like, yo, we don't even think this movie's going to make the top 10, which is nuts for the only new release to come out to not even be in the top 10. And you got movies like Maverick that's on like its 500th week and still like in the top 5 and Fall couldn't even make it in. But that was the only movie that came out, and I didn't really care to see Fall. That's something I'll watch at home when it hits streaming. So this was a streaming weekend, because we had two big releases that actually came out, but they came out at home on our favorite streamers. So the first one I'm going to talk about is a new movie called Secret Headquarters. Now, this is a new film that is a Paramount Plus original, so streaming exclusively over there, and it's got Owen Wilson, it's got Michael Pena, it's got Walker Scobell, who this kid is on a rising trajectory. He was Ryan Reynolds' doppelganger in The Adam Project. He's the new Percy in the Percy Jacksons coming to Disney Plus. This has Jesse Williams, and it's got a lot of other kid actors that you've seen in some other stuff, but you might not know their names. And so a pretty good little ensemble cast here. And long story short, Owen Wilson is a superhero. He's kind of like an Iron Man, right? But he's always out protecting the world, and his son comes across his, guess what, secret headquarters, and figures out that his dad is a superhero. But of course, what would a superhero movie be without villains? And the villains want what the superhero has. So while hanging out after school, Charlie and his friends discover the headquarters of the world's most popular superhero hidden beneath his home. When villains attack, they must team up to defend the headquarters and save the world. So this is a family science fiction adventure superhero type movie, produced by Jerry Bruckheimer, who I absolutely love, usually has a golden touch on his hands. I like this movie. I did like it. It's nothing great. It's very traditional, paint by the numbers of what you would expect for a family superhero type movie. There's nothing really great about it, but there's also nothing really bad about it. It's got some good laughs, and I watched it with my daughter, and my daughter absolutely loved it. She was cracking up at this movie, and that's really what matters. This was aimed for her demographic, and she absolutely loved it. You know, my daughter's super into the Marvel and the DC superhero stuff, so I knew she'd get a kick out of this movie, and she did, you know, and it's definitely cheesy at times, but again, I feel like the movie was set up for children, so it's going to have some of those kind of jokes, and they play well in this environment for the intended audience. So I would give Secret Headquarters 3 out of 5. It was good. It was nice to sit at home, get the family together, get some popcorn, and watch Secret Headquarters. So that's our first one there. Remember, that's streaming on Paramount Plus. Now, the next one is definitely not a family-friendly movie, and it's on Netflix, and this one is called Day Shift. This is Jamie Foxx coming in with a vampire movie. That's right, Jamie Foxx, Dave Franco, Megan Good, Snoop Dogg, Steve Howie. It's got a pretty strong cast here, and an LA vampire hunter has a week to come up with the cash to pay for his kids' tuition and braces. Trying to make a living these days just might kill him. Wink, wink. So Jamie Foxx is a pool cleaner, aka vampire hunter, who is out trying to get these vampires and collect their teeth to make money, and he really needs money to kind of save his family from moving to another state. Here's what I'll say about Day Shift. Is it a great movie? No. Is it a fun movie? Yes. And that, to me, my friends, is all it's about, right? We got a crazy vampire hunter movie that's a little tongue-in-cheek, it's a little cheesy, but it's only as good as its people make it. And Jamie Foxx leads the hell out of this movie. He's great in it. Great charisma. His fight scenes are awesome. I love Megan Good. Dave Franco is always hilarious, and he's hilarious in this. Snoop Dogg's funny when he pops up. There's these characters called the Nazarian Brothers, which I feel will get their own Netflix spinoff at some point. They're awesome. And there's a big fight scene with the Nazarian Brothers and Jamie Foxx where they all team up and fight some vampires. This movie has incredible action. The movie starts right off with an action scene that's incredible, and then you got the big action scene in the middle, the action scene at the end. This movie does the action very, very well. The vampires are very, very cool. It's some of the stuff in between that doesn't quite make sense and kind of stops it from getting to that awesome kind of point. But I had fun with it. And at the end of the day, I really do think that that's all that matters, right? Especially for a Netflix original. So I would give Day Shift 3 out of 5 stars as well. I did have a fun blast, and the action would be 4 stars for sure. But the rest of it kind of brings it down a little bit. But overall, I had a good time watching it, and I'll probably sit down and check this one out again. So those are the 2 movies. We got Secret Headquarters on Paramount Plus. We got Day Shift on Netflix. So those are the 2 big ones that came out this weekend. Now I got a handful of TV stuff. So over on television, I'm back on Apple TV Plus, man. They just continue to kill it. I am not an Apple fan, but from a streamer perspective, Apple TV Plus puts out probably the best content of any of the streamers when it comes to their originals. And they've done it again, man. I started watching a new show called 5 Days at Memorial, which is based on a true story. It's about Memorial Hospital in New Orleans during Hurricane Katrina. So, of course, as the storm starts to get crazy, the people get trapped in the hospital, and the flooding comes in, the wind, and I've only watched the first episode. The first couple are up on the streamer right now. I'll watch the second one tonight. But the first episode is intense, and it really is just like, you're just strapped in, man, ready to go. And this is led by Vera Farmiga, who you all know, and she's great in this. And I, being a true story and watching the trailer, I was floored by this show. And I believe it's only going to be 5 episodes because I feel like each episode is the days, right? Because it's called 5 Days of Memorial, so I think it's going to take us through the 5 days. Could be wrong, could be a little bit longer, but highly recommend this one, and that's after just watching the first episode. If you like true story, if you like stuff like this, check out the trailer. I think you're going to really like this one. 5 Days of Memorial, now streaming on Apple TV+. The next show...
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Hey, I'm James Lovino, and I'm here to tell you about Alternate Sides, a movie podcast with a twist. I've worked in the film business for 2 decades, but I haven't actually seen that many movies, and this has been driving my frequent collaborator, Sam, a self-confessed film snob, crazy. So every week, while he's stuck in his car trying to avoid getting a parking ticket, thanks to New York City's alternate side parking regulations, we discuss a classic film I've finally just gotten around to seeing. Alternate Sides, a new podcast about movies, parking, and a 25-year friendship, wherever you get your podcasts.
Is I Am Groot? That's right, I Am Groot. I Am Groot finally came on Disney Plus, and they released 5 episodes. Now, I wasn't sure if they were going to drop all 5 at one time or if they were going to do this week by week. They did drop all 5 at one time. Now, the way that they did it on Disney Plus was a little odd because they're not grouped together. So you can't just go to like I Am Groot and then see all 5 episodes. Each episode's kind of labeled as its own kind of thing. So keep that in mind if you're having trouble kind of finding all the episodes. So we binged all 5 because they're short. They're like 6 minutes long. So we binged all 5 back to back on last Wednesday when they came out. And it's cute, man. It's cute as hell. My daughter absolutely loved it. We chuckled. We laughed. I mean, how can you hate on Baby Groot? Because this follows Baby Groot, right? The first episode is called Groot's First Steps, so it kind of takes place after Guardians 1. He's in the little pot, and he's starting to stretch, and he's growing, and then he breaks out of the pot, and he's like, "Ooh, I got legs," and he's the Baby Groot from Guardians 2. The second episode is called The Little Guy, where he encounters these little aliens, and he's like, "I am Groot," because he's so much bigger than the little aliens, which is great. Groot's Pursuit, which is kind of a little sci-fi one where he battles a little mystery alien. Groot Takes a Bath is really, really cute, and just the way they play this one out. And then there's Magnum Opus, which is the final episode where he wants to paint a picture of his Guardians of the Galaxy, and the things he puts together to try to paint this picture are pretty funny. And this one actually features Rocket as well. So 5 big episodes. They're cute as hell. Obviously, there's no bigger implications to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. This is just something for fun. It's something really for kids again, and I had a great time watching it, and I think you will too, man. If you like Baby Groot, you're going to enjoy some Baby Groot. So check out I Am Groot, now streaming on Disney Plus. Also on Disney Plus, I checked out the latest episode of Marvel Studios' Legends. As you know, Legends puts out a new episode before a new movie or TV show to get you caught up with the journey of that character. And this new episode of Legends focuses on Bruce Banner. Now, they do not focus on anything from the Edward Norton Incredible Hulk movie, which is unfortunate, but I feel like it's the rights issue again, right? They don't own the rights to that movie, so they kind of just skip over it. So the Legends episode kind of takes place from the first Avengers movie, and then leads you through, Ragnarok and all the Avengers movies and everything we've seen so far, even, up till now, where he's going to obviously be a part of She-Hulk, which debuts this Thursday on Disney Plus. So I love these Legends episodes. They're such a good kind of like throwback to just get you caught up with the character, and I think they're great. So check out the Bruce Banner episode of Legends. Another new show I checked out is Welcome to Flatch. Now, this show came out a couple months ago, and it's streaming on Hulu, and I've had it in my queue, finally got around to checking it out, and it's really funny. It's not the greatest thing in the world, and sometimes it's stupid as shit, but it's funny, because I like shows that are kind of done documentary style, and that's what this show is. It takes place in this little town of Flatch in, like, Ohio or Oklahoma, and it's like population 1,500 people, and they're following around these 2 kids who think they're so cool, but they're not. They're losers, and it's just really funny. Sean William Scott is in this as well. I believe this show just got picked up for a 2nd season. It's funny, man. I've already watched the first 5 episodes of it, and I really dig it, so I wanted to kind of shout that out there. Check out Welcome to Flatch over on Hulu. And then real quickly, just want to touch on a couple shows. Reservation Dogs came back this week for season 2. I watched the first couple episodes. It still has the great flow from season 1, so I know a lot of you are going to really like that. So check out Reservation Dogs season 2 on Hulu. And then some other shows. What's also back is Resident Alien. You know, this is one of my favorite shows on television right now. Love Resident Alien. This is the part B of the second season. So, you know, we took a little break, but we're back to finish season 2, and we're off to a bang. And you can watch this on the Sci-Fi Network, or it's also streaming on Peacock. Love, love, love this show. Can't recommend it enough. And then 2 shows that just ended that I really liked was Loot. This is an Apple TV Plus show with Maya Rudolph. Absolutely loved Loot. It got renewed for season 2. Season 1 just ended this past Friday, so you can binge the whole show if you want. I highly, highly, highly recommend Loot. And then Blackbird with Taron Egerton, based on a true story. This one was really short. It was only 6 episodes, kind of in and out. But another dark show, but a good show from an acting standpoint. Enjoyed Blackbird. So all episodes are up on Apple TV Plus now as well. So lots of TV stuff for you guys to check out. So let's recap real quick. Secret Headquarters, the movie, over on Paramount Plus. Day Shift, the movie, over on Netflix. 5 Days of Memorial on Apple TV Plus. Welcome to Flatch on Hulu. I Am Groot on Disney Plus. Legends, Bruce Banner, that is on Disney Plus. Reservation Dogs season 2 on Hulu. Loot and Blackbird on Apple TV Plus. And Resident Alien Part B of season 2 now streaming on Peacock and Sci-Fi Channel. So lots and lots of TV for you guys, for you to check out, and I think you're going to enjoy it. Lots of good stuff, man. So much content these days. All right, so let's talk this box office we were blabbing about a little bit earlier. Coming to number 10, I already told y'all, it's Fall, the new movie Fall I talked about. Barely cracks the top 10. Only made $2.5 million. Weak debut. Coming in number 9 is Elvis, which is now available on video on demand. Number 8 is Bodies, Bodies, Bodies. Number 7 is Where the Crawdads Sing. Number 6 is Minions Rise of Gru, which is also available video on demand. Number 5 is Nope. Number 4 is Thor Love and Thunder. Number 3 is Top Gun Maverick. Number 2 is DC League of Super Pets. And number 1, once again for the second week in a row, it's Bullet Train. Hell yeah. Congratulations to Brad Pitt and company. Awesome Bullet Train holding down the number 1 spot for the second week in a row. We reviewed that one on last week's episode. If you missed it, go back and check that out. All right, that's our box office. And now let's switch gears and get into our news of the week. All right, let's get into it. Let's do this. So, you know, there's so much going on at Warner Brothers. Obviously, the cancellation of Batgirl, Scoob, the sequel. There's been some other stuff. A lot of rumors around the DC universe. So a lot of the questions has been, what about this Green Lantern series that was happening on HBO Max? You know, the show that we like hear about, then we don't hear about, then we hear about, then we don't hear about. You would think it's on the bubble. Well, supposedly the show is still in development and is a priority for HBO Max. So keep your fingers crossed. It sounds like the movie Green Lantern Corps that was announced like 500 years ago is probably not going to move forward, but it sounds like this TV show is still in development and should not be hurt by anything else going on. So fingers crossed we get our Green Lantern show. It probably still won't be to 2024. Doesn't sound like it's going to make the 23 mark, but we'll see, man. We'll keep you posted, as always. Now, something in the DC universe that's not moving forward is a new anthology series in the DC world called Strange Adventures. And this was something that Kevin Smith was even involved in. It was going to be an animated series, kind of following kind of C, D, E level superheroes. But this is one of those shows that got the axe. They were like, nope, there's no need for this. We're not going to do it. So yes, Strange Adventures is no longer moving forward at HBO Max. Marlon Wayans is developing a new comedy series over on the Starz Network. I'll definitely check that out. Always like to support Marlon. Sci-fi thriller Margot. We have the new trailer for it, which shows Madison Pettis survive a deadly smart house. Ooh, I love smart houses, so let's see how she survives that one. Margaret Qualley and Geraldine Viswanathan are set to lead Ethan Coen's solo directorial feature that he's going to be doing. We got some set photos of the show Echo from Marvel Studios that's coming next year on Disney Plus, and it teases the Kingpin's return. That's right, you can see set photos of Vincent D'Onofrio as Kingpin on set, which is very, very exciting. It always is. It's always good to see them. Warner Brothers Animation, it sounds like they accidentally let it slip that Harley Quinn will be back for season 4. That's right. So yeah, they said they were already working on it, but there's been no official word from HBO Max yet. So we'll take it from the Warner Brothers Animation department that we're getting a season 4. We have the trailer for The Good House starring Sigourney Weaver. It's a new comedy drama film that she's got. Just peace of mind here knowing that Kevin Feige initially wanted to have all 6 Avengers die in Endgame. Thanks a lot, Kevin Feige. I usually say in Feige we trust. If you were going to kill off all of them in that movie, I do not trust. So luckily they didn't do it, but it's kind of interesting factoid to know that that's what he originally wanted. Henry Cavill's Highlander remake is closer than ever to actually getting made. That's right. This is a movie we talked about many, many moons ago. They've been trying to do it. They've been trying to get it going. Directed by Chad Stahelski from John Wick fame, starring Henry Cavill as Connor MacLeod of the Clan MacLeod. I love Highlander, and I would love to see Henry Cavill pull off a Highlander. So fingers crossed, man, especially from the John Wick director. I would love to see what they could do with it. So let's hopefully we're going sooner rather than later. Director Dan Trachtenberg is teasing that he might be doing a sequel to Prey. That's right, Prey 2, baby. Could be coming down the pipeline. Why not? And that's because Prey is the #1 premiere of all time on Hulu. That's right. So out of all movies, TV shows, everything, Prey was the highest rated debut for Hulu ever, and well deserved. The movie is awesome. So yeah, why would they not want to do a sequel? So just saying. We got an article up with Neve Campbell talking about her and expanding about her reasons for not returning for Scream 6 over her pay dispute. She gets into very big specifics, so I liked hearing her talk about that. So check that out if you are interested. Rumor has it that HBO Max, man, going again on the DC side, that Titans and Doom Patrol might be in trouble with just the new direction of the company. Fingers crossed that they're not. I could actually deal with Doom Patrol going away because that show's so goddamn weird, but I love Titans. I love Titans, and I know that they're already working on a new season, so I know we'll at least get season 4. But man, I hope they don't get canceled. These are shows that are suited for HBO Max and are really doing some good work there. So hopefully they'll leave them alone, but lots of stuff going on in DC, man. We just don't know day to day. Another standalone movie that looks like it might still be in development at HBO Max is Black Canary. That's right, the standalone film that was coming off the heels of the Harley Quinn movie. They're saying that it still looks like it will be going forward at HBO Max. So they think they can keep the budget relatively small for this one, which would suit the streamer. So we'll see if that one sticks. Supergirl's Chyler Lee is set to star opposite Andy McDowell in a new Hallmark series called The Way Home. Insecure's Yvonne Orji is set to headline Netflix's bodybuilding drama that they're putting together. Eva Longoria is set to star in an Apple TV Plus Spain set dramedy called Land of Women. Kenan Thompson set to host the 2022 Emmys. Love Kenan, so congratulations there. Serena Williams says she's going to be retiring from tennis very, very soon. NBC bringing back the Golden Globes next year, so that makes sense because they skipped it last year, so I knew it would be a matter of time before they brought that one back. We have the trailer for Do Revenge. That's right, this is coming to Netflix on September 16th, starring Camila Mendez from Riverdale and Maya Hawke from Stranger Things. So they are enemies that become friends to do revenge. It looks actually pretty cute. I'll check that one out. Disney Plus and Hulu are getting price increases before the end of the year, and there will be a cheaper version that will be with ads if you want to save a couple bucks. We have the trailer for Bones and All, which is Timothée Chalamet's new cannibal love story. That's right. Is this the Armie Hammer true story? I don't know. We'll see. We got an article up with the director of Mission Impossible 7 and 8 talking about the new Dead Reckoning movie. So check that out if you're interested. Pennyworth. The show Pennyworth, which has been on for 2 seasons over on the Epix channel, and now is going to be moving over to HBO Max because it is a DC property, so they're trying to fold everything together. So it got a season 3 teaser trailer, but it also got a new subtitle. And you'll never guess what kind of cheesy-ass bullshit this Pennyworth subtitle is. You ready? Pennyworth, the origin of Batman's butler. I want to know who got paid hundreds of thousands of dollars to sit in a boardroom and come up with the origin of Batman's butler. Get the fuck out of here. What a dumb name. Pennyworth works just fine. Didn't need a subtitle. I'm sure they always feel they got to slide Batman into something somewhere to try to gain a couple new viewers. But that is the dumbest fucking subtitle ever. So I'm going to leave that one there. A report states that Sony might be looking to make a new Karate Kid film. That's right, because Cobra Kai is not being amazing enough on Netflix that they want to do another movie. So we'll see what happens in that universe. Hugh Jackman's new movie, The Sun, is coming out before the end of the year, so keep an eye out for that. The Morning Show Season 3 is going to be adding Jon Hamm. I love Jon Hamm. So great addition there as he joins the Apple TV Plus drama for Season 3. Peacock's next true crime drama, A Friend of the Family, has released some first look photos. So definitely check that out if you are interested. We now have the first full official trailer for The Menu, starring Ralph Fiennes. This one is a dark comedy thriller. I don't know. Some people looking really interested in this one. I'm not so much. Anna Taylor-Joy also stars in it. Looks a little too odd. Maybe for streaming. I just wouldn't go to the theater to see it. Stephen King's Desperation companion piece is going to be getting a film adaptation, The Regulators. So that will be turning into a movie. DC has officially slowed the development of its Static Shock, Supergirl, Green Lantern Corps, and all the Black Superman projects that they were working on. So I told you, lots and lots of stuff going on in the DC world. So these were all movies that the previous leadership was looking to get into. Sounds like a big pause is on the deck as they try to figure out their big 10-year plan. Mila Jovovich and Dave Bautista will fight each other in a new Paul W.S. Anderson film called In the Lost Lands. I love Dave Bautista, but a Mila Jovovich film with Paul W.S. Anderson is just a recipe for disaster. So I don't even know if Dave can save that one, but we will see. American Horror Story getting ready to come back soon for season 11, and Zachary Quinto, Billy Lord, Patty Lupone are among the vets returning for, of course, the season 11. Warner Brothers movies will no longer be guaranteed to stream on HBO Max 45 days after the theatrical release. So this is another change that the Warner Brothers higher-ups have decided on since the merger. The previous leadership had just made it be known that Warner Brothers movie will go in the theater. 45 days later, hit HBO Max, right? It happened with the Batman, happened to some of their other movies. Well, it was 45 days later for Elvis, and people were like, why isn't Elvis on HBO Max? So Warner Brothers had to put out a statement and say, yo, we're not guaranteeing this anymore. It'll get there eventually, but we're going to go through all our different revenue streams first. So Elvis is available to watch at home, but you got to pay $20 for it right now. So they're going to get that money, son. And then you'll get it on streaming. So Warner Brothers being a little greedy. I think the 45-day streaming thing was a nice plug for their streamer, and they're kind of messing that up, which I do not like. Tatiana Maslany, who of course is our new She-Hulk, she's got a new project in the works. She's going to star in a 6-episode all-girls boarding school thriller called Invitation to a Bonfire. And this will be on the AMC network. Mayfair Witches, we have your first look at the upcoming show starring Alexandra Daddario along with Harry Hamlin, and bringing the Anne Rice characters to life in the upcoming AMC series. Once again, the Mayfair Witches. Could Scott Bakula return for Quantum Leap reboot? Supposedly the invitation is out there, and we'll have to wait and see. Now, of course, when they first started making the show, Scott Bakula couldn't do it because he was doing a different show. Well, Scott Bakula's show is not moving forward. So sounds like he's got some time on his hands. So I would love to see Scott return for this Quantum Leap reboot that I'm actually looking really forward to. Armie Hammer, he's got a documentary coming out, and it's going to be on Discovery Plus. It's called House of Hammer, so make sure you check that out. David Zaslav's recent remarks were not well received inside DC, according to multiple insiders who used the same word to describe members of the film division as pissed. That's right. So, he's making a lot of decisions, but a lot of the people that are already involved on the DC side are not happy with these decisions. There's too much flux going on. So we'll see if he can actually smooth any of that over. Physical has been renewed for season 3. Congratulations there. I watched this show and I like it a lot with Rose Byrne. She's a great lead. Season 2 just ended. They picked up season 3 right away, so congratulations there. The Flash movie. Warner Brothers is weighing options on how to proceed with Ezra Miller, and it sounds like they're looking at multiple different options. They're looking at getting him to apologize and get help, and then maybe he can do limited press for the movie. They are looking at basically just firing him and not doing any press for the movie and just put it out, count your losses. Or option 3, which is scrap the entire movie altogether, which I just don't see as an option for a movie that's already cost over $200 million plus marketing. I don't see how that's going to happen. So just saying. But the good news is, and we'll get to the fuller story of this a little bit later, but earlier today, Ezra Miller actually finally came out and spoke about this and apologized and said they are suffering from mental health issues. So we'll read into that in a little bit here. I'm just going to continue kind of going in order through the week as we go. Michelle Yeoh and more are joining the Russo brothers for their next star-studded Netflix movie, The Electric State. Jad Stahelski teases that John Wick 4 will have the longest runtime of the entire series, so I love that. Give me more John Wick. The Black Adam post-credit scene is set to tease the future of the DCEU. Ooh, I like the sound of that, son. Let's go, Black Adam, baby. Rick and Morty bringing out that season 6 trailer, and the show will return officially in September. We have the trailer for Wedding Season, starring Rosa Salazar as she leads the upcoming Hulu rom-com thriller series. So check out that trailer there. She-Hulk Attorney at Law, once again, comes out this Thursday on Disney+. I cannot wait. Super excited. Character posters have showcased the main cast, so check those out. Marvel Studios' Ironheart series has added Zoe Tarakis in an upcoming key role. Lisa Frankenstein, that's right, Carla Gugino is joining Zelda Williams in the Diablo Cody horror comedy, once again called Lisa Frankenstein. Anne Hesh, she was involved in a very bad car accident and got a brain injury. She was in a coma, and this past Sunday they pulled her off life support and she has officially passed away. So thoughts and prayers. Very, very sad fatal car crash that she was involved in. All right, going back to DC, Leslie Grace, who of course played Batgirl, they're saying, Warner Brothers has said that she could actually play Barbara Gordon in future DC properties. So just because they scrapped this Batgirl movie, they said, doesn't mean she's not our Batgirl. So depending on the project, they said she could return. Now, will she want to return? That's a question. We will have to wait and see. But I do like that they're keeping her in mind if they decide to use the character later. Yellow Jacket Season 2 has added Lauren Ambrose as the adult Van Palmer. Paul W.S. Anderson is planning to make a full-on horror movie very, very soon. That new movie Fall that we talked about earlier that barely made the top 10, they had to use deep fake style technology to remove F-bombs from the movie because when they first shot it, it was rated R and it had a lot of F-bombs. And then they said, you know what? We don't think this movie's going to make very much money, so let's take those F-bombs out and let's try to make it PG-13 and see if we can get more people to go to the theater. Well, I bet you more people would have probably gone to the theater if it was rated R because no one went to see it and they wasted that money to remove the F-bombs. So I just thought that was kind of funny that they used deep fake technology to try to, go from fuck to freak just to take out the F-bombs. But it is what it is. We have the trailer for Dig, which is Thomas Jane's upcoming new thriller. It's coming soon to theaters and VOD next month. Let's see here. Kung Fu Panda is coming. Kung Fu Panda 4 is coming in 2024, March, I believe, to be exact, March of 2024. So get ready for some more Kung Fu Panda. We have a report that says they think they figured out who the Madam Web characters are. We know a lot of the actors that are in the movie, but we don't know who anybody's playing. So supposedly, we have the character details revealed. I'm going to say take this with a grain of salt. This is a guess that somebody's making, so I'm not putting much faith into that one. But it's there if you like to check it out. Emily Blunt is going to co-star alongside Ryan Gosling in the upcoming Fall Guy movie that they're doing here soon with David Leitch, which I think is going to be awesome, who just did Bullet Train. So I love Emily Blunt. Ryan Gosling's awesome. David Leitch is a great director, so I think Fall Guy is going to be a really fun action ride. I know a lot of you were stoked to hear that Love, Death, and Robots has officially been renewed for season 4. A lot of you absolutely love this show. Something I can't get into, but it's on Netflix, and yes, it's officially been renewed for season 4. Brian Tyree Henry is set to lead Apple's new upcoming crime drama series called Sinking Spring. Love Brian Tyree Henry. Still want him to do a spinoff from Bullet Train. We'll have to wait and see on that, but glad to hear he's going to lead an upcoming Apple TV Plus series. Sam Worthington and Sienna Miller are joining Kevin Costner's upcoming epic western Horizon. Disney Channel's Under Wraps sequel is setting a September premiere date, and you can watch an exclusive trailer right now. Jon Batiste is leaving The Late Show after 7 seasons as Stephen Colbert's band leader. So yes, goodbye to him. Thank you for 7 seasons. If you have Spectrum Originals are set to shut down, leaving several shows in limbo. So we'll see if anybody picks up these shows. We got an article up with Mark Harmon talking about his exit from NCIS and reminding fans that Gibbs is alive. You might not see him in every episode, but he is alive. So, maybe he'll pop in and out from time to time. Power Book 3, Raising Kanan, has officially been renewed for Season 3 over on Starz. Season 2 just started this past weekend. I'm still watching Season 1, so I gotta get caught up, man, because now Season 2 is out and I got no time. But Season 3 has been announced, so congratulations there. Grantchester has been renewed for Season 8. Dancing with the Stars is set to air without commercials when it moves to Disney Plus, so it kind of makes sense. I figured that. Going back to the Power universe, we just talked about Raising Kanan. Well, there was going to be another spinoff called Influence, Power Influence, which would be centered on Councilman Tate. But this show has been canceled, and it is not moving forward over at Starz. So we still have Ghost, we have Raising Kanan, and we have Power. No, not Power. Sorry, Power is the main show. Force. So we have Ghost, Force, and Raising Kanan. So we have 3 spinoffs already that are moving forward just fine. I love this universe. Don't know if I needed one based on Councilman Tate. That's a weird character to do a whole spinoff on. But yes, they've decided to not move forward with Power Influence. Alrighty, let's see here. We got some set photos from Loki Season 2, if you'd like to check them out, and you get to see Loki and Sylvie reunite for the first time. Chad Stahelski, who is supposed to be making a Ghost of Tsushima movie, says that he would love for the movie to be fully in Japanese, so don't see American Hollywood doing that, but I appreciate his sentiments. Colin Trevorrow talks about the Jurassic World Dominion Director's Extended Cut, which was just released tomorrow. It gets released tomorrow on VOD, so you can watch the theatrical version or the Extended Cut, which has about 15-20 more minutes of action. So yeah, let's give me some more dino action. Why not? I love that. All right, here. Let's see. Sorry, we already talked about that. Okay, so let's get into the Ezra Miller thing. I do want to, like I said, I'd circle back to this. As Ezra Miller apologized and issued a statement on complex mental health issues. So the Flash star Ezra Miller seeking help for complex mental health issues and has apologized for their alarming recent behavior. They were quoted as, "Having recently gone through a time of intense crisis, I now understand that I am suffering complex mental health issues and have begun ongoing treatment," Miller said via a statement to Variety. "I want to apologize to everyone that I have alarmed and upset with my past behavior. I am committed to doing the necessary work to get back to a healthy, safe, and productive stage in my life." The statement comes after The Hollywood Reporter reported that Miller would be seeking professional help after they were recently charged with felony burglary. The troubled actor has been making headlines all year for various arrests and controversies. Earlier this year, Miller was arrested in April and booked on suspicion of second-degree assault, and a month prior to that, in March, Miller was arrested on charges of disorderly conduct and harassment following an incident in Hawaii as well. The Flash is set to release in theaters on June 23rd, 2023. The DC Extended Universe's movie is directed by Andy Muschietti from the latest screenplay written by Christina Hodson, who did Birds of Prey. It's being executive produced by Marianne Jenkins with Michael Disco and Barbara Muschietti as a producer. So I'm glad to hear Ezra come out and apologize and say that they're getting help. And that's all we could ask for. So hopefully they get the help that they need. All right. You ready for something else coming back? Would you like to play a game? That's right, Saw, baby, Saw. Saw 10 is set to be released on October 27th, 2023, baby. Just a little over a year, we're getting Saw 10. So, don't know much about the movie. We don't know if it's taking place with the Chris Rock kind of spin-off universe, or we're going back to straight Saw. You know, that was Spiral that came out, did pretty good. But it sounds like we're going back to basics with Saw. So we'll see. We'll see. But we do have a release date, and we know that Saw is coming back to theaters, baby. October 27, 2023. We'd like to play a game. We have the trailer for End of the Road, starring Queen Latifah. It's a new Netflix road trip comedy. Emilia Clarke, her MCU character, reportedly revealed for Secret Invasion. So I'll leave that for you if you want to check that out and see if it's, I know some people yell at me, it's a spoiler, so I don't want to say anything. And check it out, because it's also not confirmed, so it's from a rumor. We have the trailer for Bandit, which stars Josh Duhamel as he leads the new crime dramedy film. Viola Davis is set to play the villain in the upcoming Hunger Games prequel, so that'll be pretty damn cool. The John Wick prequel show, The Continental, which has been in the works for a while, was supposed to actually be on Starz. Well, Starz has sold the rights to it to Peacock. That's right, because Peacock said, hey, it's a Universal film. We have all John Wick 1, 2, and 3 on Peacock, so let's have The Continental as well. So they signed a deal, and the John Wick prequel series, The Continental, will stream exclusively on Peacock. So get ready for that. We have the trailer for I Used to Be Famous, starring Ed Skrein as he plays a former boy band member, so that should be pretty good. Reshoots have officially wrapped up for Marvel Studios' Disney Plus Secret Invasion series, so we'll see, man. Starting to hear a lot of rumors that there might be some big things going on in this show, so good to hear that they got some reshoots wrapped up. Godzilla vs. Kong, we got some sequel story details which tease King Kong's mission. Check that out if you are interested. A Wizard of the Oz remake is set to be written and directed by Kenya Barris. That's right, the guy behind Blackish, looking to do Wizard of the Oz. Very, very odd, if you do say so myself. Kevin Goddard, which I've never heard of before, is the one directing the upcoming Saw 10. So just wanted to throw that out there since we now have a director. The CW looking to be sold to Nexstar. That's right. So I don't know if the network's just going to be called Nexstar or if they're going to continue using the name CW, but it says their plan is to target older viewers and do some low-cost, unscripted programming. So we'll see what happens there. The Continental is on track for a 2023 premiere, just so you know, so keep an eye out for that. Charlie Hunnam stars in a new Apple TV Plus adaptation called Shantaram, and that is coming soon. RuPaul's Drag Race has been renewed for season 15 and will cross 200 episodes, so congratulations there. Untucked has also been ordered over at VH1. The MCU timeline has officially slid in She-Hulk, and it sounds like She-Hulk takes place after Shang-Chi. So if you're somebody that likes to know exactly where everything falls, supposedly this takes place weeks after Shang-Chi. So just so you know. let's see here. We talked about that. And yes, and that, my friends, is the end of our show. So look at that, coming in right under that 45-minute mark. I love it. So thank you, everybody, for tuning in with me on this new episode of Am I on the Air? Make sure you bookmark our homepage, which is just simply amiontheair.com. So it's really easy when all your friends say, how do you know so much about TV and movies? You go, amiontheair.com, don't you know? So make sure you bookmark that. Make sure you follow us on Twitter at Am I on the Air. Follow me on Twitter at DXDonMega. Make sure you like us on Facebook at facebook.com/Am I on the Air. Make sure you subscribe to us on Apple Podcast. If you don't do Apple, we're on Spotify, Amazon Music, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Podchaser. We're on everything. Pandora. iHeartRadio, any place you like to listen to podcasts, search up Am I on the Air, and I'm sure you'll find us. Make sure you check out our other podcast feed for Am I on the Air Quick Bites. Make sure you check out our Am I Still on the Airs, which is available right here on this same podcast platform. And make sure you follow us on TikTok and Instagram and YouTube. Just simply Am I on the Air. Our TikTok and our Instagram has our video reviews, which I know you'll love. A lot of them always star my daughter. We're going to probably record one a little bit later for Secret Headquarters. So keep an eye out for that. And yeah, shout out to our affiliates at reddragonsradio.com, our affiliates at Pop Culture Pros. Thank you as always for always streaming us on demand. And that'll do it for me on this Monday, August the 15th. I thank you once again for joining me on this ride. Oh, what comes out this weekend? Beast. I think Idris Elba's new movie Beast comes out, so maybe I'll check that out. We'll see what else floats our boat, and we'll get caught up next week on it. So take care of yourselves and each other, and until next time, y'all. Peace.
Bye, everybody. Thank you for listening.
Red Dragon!
Red Dragon!